Hello, and welcome back to The Christian Scientist. I haven't been on very often because things are still very crazy in my personal world and in the United States and everything else that's going on around me. Um, I wanted to come on and kind of address an issue that I see. And it's an issue that you may think is a non-issue. It's the calm that I see that is the issue. I have been preparing since July for what is to come. And when I asked God, what is coming? Is it civil war? Is it the end times? Is it the rapture? Is it the tribulation? Is it normal life? He said, yes, prepare for it all. So I have been. And I have a student that I speak with often, and that student is very young. And while she is a Christian, she has some very liberal beliefs. And so I get a different perspective when I speak with her. And it's her perspective that is concerning me. She's thrilled that everybody has remained calm during this whole process and that we've all accepted Joe Biden as our president-elect, which one hasn't truly happened yet. It has not been verified or certified. So I'm waiting for that. Trump has not conceded. The reports about his family pressing him to concede, I think that's fake, because those reports are coming from CNN, and even they said, well, somebody on the inside actually denied that. Okay, then it's been denied. I seriously doubt that the First Lady would tell her husband to concede. That just doesn't sound like her. I could be wrong. She might have. But I really don't see her saying that to him, ever. She knows who she married, and she married him for a reason. Whatever that reason may be, that's on her, but she knows what she's doing. So she's not an idiot. And I would never see her telling her husband to concede. Same way I would never tell my husband to concede. So what makes us think that? But anyway, I digress. So this whole calm, there's no rioting over Biden winning, and everybody's all accepting and all happy. We just wish that Trump would just concede. And they're really pushing for him to do this swiftly. And there's this whole air, this whole feeling that I'm getting over everything, everybody remaining calm, is one, it's truly a great thing. I'm very happy that everybody's remaining calm. But should things change, they will not be calm at all. Should things stay the same and Joe Biden is inaugurated, I don't think things will be very calm either. They'll be slower, but as he makes adjustments to our government and changes things, I see people getting mad on both sides. So anyway, my student is very much like, well, see, nothing bad happened. The end's not coming. Well, actually, this whole feeling that I'm getting is, oh no, it's still pushing forward. Things are still happening. And like I said before, Americans think that everything is about us. It's not. My eyes are still on Israel. What's going on over there? How are they dealing with our election? They're honestly waiting and seeing, most of them. Now, the Prime Minister Netanyahu has congratulated Biden and thanked Trump for his friendship. I think it's a political move so that he can cover his bases. But other than that, I mean, things are still moving forward. The Abraham Accords not going away. And if Biden becomes president, he will renegotiate the Iran agreement that we got out of, and Iran will have nuclear capabilities, which the Middle East is really terrified about. So that actually pushes things forward for a war over there. The war between Gog and Magog, maybe? So I really see this as a calm before the storm. We shouldn't let our guards down. I see things getting more difficult for Christians before persecution. But in this country, everything we say is going to be considered hate. Everything. And they're going to limit what we can do and what we can say. And people will become very intolerant of us. And we need to stand firm. We've got to stand firm. We've got to do it in love. But we have got to not let any of our morals be compromised. We have to walk in the light. I was reading, I had a note on my desk that said Matthew 10. And I guess I had wrote that down when listening to another preacher talk about some things. And this passage from Matthew 10 is Jesus sends out the 12 disciples. And he tells them to go in groups of 2 and go from town to town. Don't take anything with you. Don't take any money with you. Don't take any extra clothes with you. Don't do any of that. And he says, I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore, be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard. You will be handed over to the local councils and be flogged in the synagogues. On my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. But when you are arrested, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At the time you will be given what to say, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. And then he goes on to say, brothers will betray brothers to death, and father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me. But the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly I tell you, you will not finish going through the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. That is a really strong warning of what's coming. We are going to see children turn against their parents. I had a situation where one of my stepsons turned against his own mother over this election to his grandmother because we don't talk about who we voted for, because my his grandmother is very much against Trump. She hates him, vilely hates him. And you can't tell her that you're for Trump. She will lose it. And I love her dearly, but she will lose it. And he told on his mom. And I was just like, oh, please don't tell on me. But I have been very careful not to tell him who I was for or against. My children who live in the house with us know. They know both sides. They know what they're for and what they're against. And even my 7-year-old understood what each candidate was for and against. I told her what kind of mouth Trump has on him, and I didn't sugarcoat anything. He looked pretty bad. She was like, ugh. And then I told her about Biden, and she's like, nope, I'll choose Trump. And she's 7. So if a 7-year-old can figure this out, and I was honest, 100%, I laid it all out. I even talked about the statements that Trump made before he was elected the first time. I told her how he treated women. And she didn't like it. She didn't like his character. She didn't like when he lies. But she didn't like Biden's policies at 7. So it has something to say about young children. They do understand what's going on. And maybe a little bit about me just treating my children like adults. That could come back to bite me, but I want them to understand what the world truly is before they walk into it. So, like I said, I'm concerned about the air, the feelings of everybody being calm. I really do see this a calm before a storm. So be vigilant. Stay preparing. Do not give up. Keep bracing yourself for what's to come. Keep praying. Keep being out there for everybody. And I will be getting back soon. I'm still trying to work through how I want to finish how to prepare for the tribulation. There is a lot of research that I've done, and a lot more information has come to my attention, and I want to present all of it. So, till then, have a great week.